Truly, to this day, I cannot believe that this happened. So this was back in 2018 when, okay, wasn't legal in Canada just yet. And my boyfriend and I were going to an Ed Sheeran concert in Toronto. This was a time where I just started getting into really loving lattes. We had time before the concert, so we were like, you know, why don't we try a new cafe? So we park at the Rogers Centre and then we just Google different cafes that are around us. And one of the first ones that pop up is a cafe. I think it was literally just called Cafe, but it was right around the corner. So we were like, no, this is gonna stain. I'm gonna cry. Hold on. It's probably gonna stain, but just ignore it. Anyways, it was right around the corner from us, so we decided that we were gonna go to this cafe. We looked at the reviews and the reviews were amazing, and I was just so excited. So we decided to go and we walked over there. And when we got in there, it was just a little cafe, but there was just a lot of empty space and there were no areas to sit. I did think this was a little sus, but I don't know. I just started going to cafes. I don't know what I'm doing, you know what I mean? There were a few people working at the cafe and the menu was really small. It wasn't busy. I don't know. I was like, this is weird because the reviews are amazing. There's no one here. So my boyfriend and I are standing back looking at the menu, but the menu was really small and we were kind of confused. And as we're like standing there trying to like figure out what we want, there's like a desk beside us where a woman is sitting and she called us over and then she's like, you guys look confused. Is it your first time here? And we're like, yeah. And then she's like, oh, let me see your IDs. And for some reason, we didn't really question it. We're like, this is kind of weird, but sure. And so we give her our IDs. At the time, I would have been 18. And the legal age to like drink and stuff in Canada is 19, so keep that in mind. We give her our IDs and she scans them and then she gives them back to us. And then she says to us that everything is upstairs. So we were like, oh, this is amazing. This is why it's so empty, is because they have an actual cafe upstairs. And then she sends this big buff guy to escort us upstairs. And I remember walking up the stairs and it was a really narrow staircase. And as I'm walking up the stairs, I turn around and I look at my boyfriend and we're looking at each other like, what is happening right now? And then when we get to the top of the stairs, there's signs everywhere that says no cameras, no cell phones, and there's smile, you're on camera. Just a lot of repetitive stuff like that. And then the guy that escorted us upstairs was like, are you guys ready? And we were like, I think so. And so he tells us to do this special knock. This video is getting too long, so I'll see you in part 2.